Yo, what's up, people? This is Spikes, and I do hope that you're doing wonderful. It has been a minute, just checking in on this account to see what's good. I do hope that as you end this month of July, everything is working out for you, just wonderful. And if not, then I will still have August and September and October and the rest of the remaining months in the year for you to be able to do your thing and for you to be able to achieve what you had said to achieve at the start of this particular year. I don't want to sound motivational, but nonetheless, I like to be optimistic and have an optimistic view on things. And that is why I urge you to keep on persisting and staying consistent on whatever thing that you're doing and just keeping focus. You know, they say that wherever your focus goes, there your energy flows. So whatever you're focused on, then it means that that is the exact direction your energy will flow, and that is how you get to get the results for whatever you focus on. Some people are much into manifesting. Some people are much into making things happen by just planning it out. Yeah, planning it out a very very important element, and also manifesting is very very important. And that is why I just urge you to keep on pressing and pressing and pressing on and keep pushing until doors open, because I do believe eventually doors will open and there will be results for you, so long as you stay consistent. I actually did hear a song, um, and this was to the effect that if you put your focus and your time in a craft, then maybe about 10,000 hours in that particular craft, then you become a pro at that particular thing. It is the same thing even in education. You know, you study the same thing consistently over and over again for like 4 years, and then you're deemed to become an expert in that particular thing. So even if it is in a practice that you're pursuing, which is not really a craft, but even maybe a skill that you're acquiring, you need to keep on pushing. You know, put in the 10,000 hours on it. And after that, I do believe the results will actually begin to manifest even before maybe you hit the 10,000 hours, which is very, very much important. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Thank you so much. If you have subscribed to this particular channel, but you have not turned on the notifications, please make sure you do. If you have subscribed to this channel and you have not turned on the notifications, make sure you do. I just decided to just check in with this particular account. It is Homeland Africa, or Homeland 254. And it is very, very important that you also turn on the notifications, because when I check in and I do a bit of a live on this particular platform, you can get to see, or you can get notified, because a notification will pop up and you will be able to see what's happening with that. So I said, yeah, consistency. You know, as we step into August and the remaining a few months in the year, I do hope that you go for it with utmost zeal, and I do hope you go for it with that consistency and a mindset which is on just dedicating your focus on one particular thing or a couple of other things. Because where your energy goes, where your focus goes, there your energy flows. That is how the saying goes. Where your focus goes, there your energy flows. So therefore, wherever you do focus on, then that is where you're channeling your energy at. And it is very, very important. I want to urge you to check out an official blog that I have set up. And this is a blog on Black to Infinity, blogspot.com. Actually, we do have several blogs, and blogs you can put up articles. I've realized that these days Substack is becoming more popular than these other platforms. So we have a Substack as well. So if you go to Monyaji Spikes, I think .substack.com or something like that, I'll try to share the link on this particular one. It is also very important. We just share thoughts, things that have to do with life itself, because life changes every other time. Life is it's circular motion. If you do get to ask me, life moves, it goes, and it comes back, and therefore, if you're thinking about life itself and you have these reflections on life, we have shared some of those on the blog. You can also check out Monyaji Spikes, blogspot.com. And we're hoping to increase the number of avenues where I shall be sharing inspiration on, and not just inspiration, but even information that is researched. Sometimes you research on things. The other day I was doing a bit of a research on life itself, and we do have different experiences. For example, we can talk about the lived experience and the unlived experience. when we talk about the unlived experience, we are talking about things that would have happened but didn't quite happen. For example, if you're a chase, sorry, an ex, you decided not to chase after. You decided, you're not going to pursue that particular relationship anymore. You want to go a different way. So there are some outcomes that would have come from that, which are quite unlived. But there's also now the lived experience, which is the emotions you do feel, the things that you feel. For example, if you go out there and there's a sun and it's shining on your skin, or there's rain, it's raining on your skin, there are some of these things that you get to feel and you get to explore. And these are lived experiences. And we also do have the unlived experiences. And we also do have the out of body experiences. Out of the body experiences, we're talking about some of the things that people feel. For example, for people that use psychedelics, some people have talked about mushrooms. I don't know if you consume mushrooms yourself or you have tried mushrooms yourself, but I understand that there's some types of mushrooms that people have consumed and they have gotten these out of body experiences, and they feel like they are levitating, and now they are watching their lives from a different plane, which is crazy. But nonetheless, these are some of the things that we get to explore on life itself. The lived experiences, the unlived experiences, and a whole lot of other things that get to happen from just living and being. There's the essence of being and letting be. Some of these things we get to reflect on them. Apart from that, there is also writings on anthology of poetry, which I have been putting together. There's an anthology of poetry that I've put together, and that can be found on Kindle Books. If you go to Kindle Books and search for Full Circle Poetry, we shall be making some of the reviews on some of this poetry, because there is a vast collection of poems, and these shall actually also be shared on different platforms. For example, there's Poem Hunter. If you go to poemhunter.com and search for Mwenyeji Spikes, you'll find these poems. If you go to Kindle Books on Amazon, you can find for Full Circle Poetry, and you can read some of the amazing pieces. Most of these particular pieces are also a reflection on our life itself. They are a reflection of the state of the man. And we talk about the human condition, and the poetry itself is supposed to be, art is a reflection of life. They say that art reflects life, or is it life that reflects art? But it is art that reflects life. So most of these particular anthology of poems that you'll find on those platforms that I've mentioned, for example, poemhunter.com, they are also a keen reflection on life. They get to show you, or they get to open up your mind towards a different perspective on life itself. Because I did say it's circular motion. Life, it's comes and goes. It's like that. But nonetheless, we have to lock in with art, and that is what we do right here, and not just art, but even life itself, and that is what we do. I have a platform like this, which is a Homeland 254, to just share on life through writing, and through also documenting these things in other mediums. For example, making mini documentaries, which is also another endeavor that I hope to embark on with in this particular year still. And I use multiple platforms. Like I did say, there's a Substack, there's a Blogger, there's a YouTube, this YouTube platform that we are using. And I'm just urging you, if you haven't subscribed or you haven't turned on the notifications, please make sure you do. Please make sure you turn on the notifications. It is very important, because there is that particular time where we will just be popping in and are going live, and just you shall be getting the notifications. We are also on X. If you go to X and look for Mwenyeji Spikes on X, then you will find me right there, and you'll find these reflections of life through poetry, through prose, and not just prose and poetry, but even essays, deep essays that are focused on life itself. Like I was saying, in a very soon, we shall be doing a show which will be reflecting on life experiences, lived experiences, and lived experiences. These are the experiences which are out of the body experiences. For example, if someone has an accident and they almost die, sometimes you may have that out of body experience where things just happen and you cannot tell what just happened with that, because you are not in that particular confinement of you have an out of body experience. And that is some of the things that we shall be looking into, and also the aspect of the aspect of neuroscience that is also linked to that, some of these experiences, and how our brain works, because it is very important we get to understand that how our brain works, and some of these experiences, how we get to go through them. Nonetheless, thank you so much for being with us on this segment. I just checked in, and the goal is just to vibe, and the goal is just to connect with you, and the goal is also to just make sure that I check in, and I wish you a happy and a productive rest of the day. So peace and love till next time. Now make sure to actually don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, and you also make sure you turn on the notifications. Peace and love. Go ahead. So yes, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do. And also turn on the notifications. I appreciate you. Have a good day.